SportsZone Saturday starts now.
The first two state tournaments are in the books as we move into late May. Welcome to SportsZone Saturday. I'm Ian Sachs. We have another full show as we prepare for a busy season in high school athletics. But first, let's take a look at what's on tap for today's show. First, we will talk to law enforcement, who is looking forward to having Pete Rose join them this fall for their annual feed. Then we will take you to the tennis courts to catch up with the Class A state champions. Later in the show, we will hear from the Augustana golf team that reached the NCAA National Championships. And finally, we catch up with a pickleball player who is trying to set a world record. Well, before we get to all of those stories, let's take a look at the top headlines from this week. The Rapid City Christian boys tennis team won the Class A state championship. The Comets lost their first flight in the singles, but they'd go on to win all 8 of the next flights. That success helped pull them away from the competition. On the team scoreboard, thanks to those 8 out of 9 wins, the Rapid City Christian team had an incredible score of 584, Lennox finished as the runner-up, 163.5 points behind, followed by Sioux Falls Christian, Huron, and Aberdeen Roncalli. In high school baseball, the Class A playoff bracket has been revealed. The Region 1 will see Pierre host Douglas. Lincoln will play Brookings. Those two winners are set to face off for a spot in the state tournament. In Region 4, Washington will be the host seed as they welcome in Roosevelt. Brandon Valley and O'Gorman are also battling for a spot there. And on the other side of the bracket, Yankton is the host for Region 2. They'll play Rapid City Central. That'll be followed by Sturgis and Jefferson. In Harrisburg, the Tigers will meet Huron at noon, followed by Mitchell against Rapid City Stevens. The two region winners will advance to state, where they will play on Saturday, May 27th in Sioux Falls. Moving to college softball, SDSU saw their run in the Summit League tournament come to a close with a narrow 1-0 loss to Omaha last weekend. The Jackrabbits allowed a walk-in run on Saturday in the first inning before the game was suspended. The contest then concluded on Sunday with no runs being scored. Omaha claimed the title with the 1-0 win over SDSU, ending the Jacks' 3-year reign as Summit League champions. Western Illinois announced that it is leaving the Summit League for the Ohio Valley Conference last week. That move makes the Summit League a 9-member conference, but Commissioner Josh Fenton says he's excited about the league's future as he's ever been.
I think the best days for the Summit League are definitely ahead. Our future is very bright. We have 9 member institutions that are committed to the league and committed to Division I athletics at a high level. And we're going to be having discussions about membership, potential opportunities that are out there, because we think we've got a great story to tell and to sell.
In a Calland.com original, digital reporter Eric Mayer looks at how the Summit League continues to work in the fast-changing landscape of Division I collegiate athletics. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers have officially signed Tucker Kraft. The former SDSU standout was drafted in the 3rd round by Green Bay and has now received a contract to play for the Packers this season. He was one of 2 tight ends drafted by Green Bay. South Dakota native Becky Hammond was suspended without pay after a months-long investigation stemming from former player De'Erica Hamby's allegations that she was bullied and manipulated for being pregnant. Hammond is originally from Rapid City. The WNBA also rescinded the Aces' first-round pick in the 2025 draft for violating league rules regarding player benefits. That was in connection with negotiations for an extension of Hamby's player contract. She signed a 2-year extension last June. Hamby was traded to the Los Angeles Sparks back in January. Well, former Major League Baseball player Pete Rose is coming to Sioux Falls. The one-time Cincinnati Red and all-time leading hitter will be the guest speaker at this year's Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner and Children's Charity Fundraiser. Calland's Don Jorgensen has more on the pro athlete.
Strike one pitch to Rose.
Pete Rose amassed 4,200 hits during his baseball career in the major leagues.
The record that'll
probably never be broken.
Attorney Scott Abdallah, who puts on the Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner each year, says Rose is just the latest sports figure in a long list of guest speakers for the event.
We try to get a variety of speakers each year, from law enforcement to political to sports. And so this was kind of the year that we were ready to have a sports figure come back, and we decided that Pete Rose would be an interesting person for everybody to meet.
The dinner is now in its 42nd year. It was started by Abdallah's dad, Gene Abdallah.
I was 14 years old when he first founded this event. I had a full head of hair at the time, and he was a big thinker, always a big thinker in his life. I think even he would be just stunned that this event continues 42 years later with the strength that it does.
Minnehaha County Sheriff Mike Milstead, who's been in law enforcement for 50 years, was at the very first game feed.
It was an awesome experience. I'd known Gene Abdallah when he was a deputy sheriff, and my dad was a highway patrol captain here. They were friends of the family, and so when Gene took this mission on, to support children's charities and to support law enforcement, I thought it was awesome.
Abdallah says his dad had a vision to bring the community together to thank and honor law enforcement, but also raise money, lots of money.
It's in the millions, and I think what's really incredible about this charity fundraiser is we have a waiting list, and there are nearly 2,000 people that attend every year, and we don't have a single ticket left to sell.
And Abdallah says even Pete Rose would agree. That's a home run for the community.
Other sports figures who have spoken at the event include former Green Bay Packers quarterback Brett Favre, Dallas Cowboys Herschel Walker, and Minnesota Vikings Alan Page. The Class A state tennis tournament was held earlier this week. We'll hear from the champs after the break. Rapid City Christian claimed the Class A state championship in boys tennis. They won 8 of the 9 flights at this week's state tournament. KELOLAND's Anya Joseph has more with the team's accomplishment.
The Rapid City Christian boys tennis team won their first state title in school history earlier this week. It has been a long-time goal since the program began.
It's something we've been working for probably since we started the program at Rapid City Christian, which was about 8 years ago. I've been the only head coach of the team, and all that time we've kind of talked about it and worked hard for it. Be able to bring that home is just beyond our wildest dreams.
Noah, the son of Coach Sterling Renai, is a sophomore on the team and has a couple more seasons ahead of him. He shares the bond with his dad.
It's really fun having him as a coach because I get to spend more time with him, and it's nice, like you said, to be around him all the time because I get extra coaching and get to talk to him. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to spend time with my dad on the court.
In the Flight 1 doubles match where the Comets beat Lennox, Noah gives credit to his coaches for helping them pull through. Senior Andrew Dobbs says that despite losing the first set 6-3, perseverance is what got the duo to rally.
We needed to get that second one, and we just came out and we played our game. We were beating ourselves, not making easy shots, and in the tiebreak when we were up 9-6, I believe, and we lost those 3, I looked at Noah and I was just like, let's just go out there and have fun. Let's finish these last 2 points.
As Dobbs finishes off his high school career, he advises the returners to keep practicing.
You got to put in the hard work in the off season. Tennis is such a sport where you can't just play during the season and win. and also that just mentality. If you go out there to win, you're most likely going to win.
In Sioux Falls, Anya Joseph, KELOLAND Sports.
The Comets finished with a team score of 584. Lennox was the runner-up at 420.5. While Rapid City Christian won the team title with 8 of those 9 flights, they were unable to win the first flight. That's where Lennox's Jackson Plank met Rapid City Christian's Noah Granai. In game 1 of the first set, Plank coming in strong with a serve, and he'll finish with a powerful shot to the corner as Granai could not return the hit. We move to the next game and trying to get himself a point here as the two rally, and it's Granai with a strong hit, and Plank smacks it to the net. Then in the next set, Plank leads as Granai serves it up, and Plank sends it back as Granai banks it into the net, and Jackson Plank picks up the Flight 1 state championship with a straight set 6-3, 6-3 win.
I feel great. It's been a dream since I was an 8th grader. Just got a paper back from graduation, a graduation present from a teacher. And I talked about wanting to win Flight 1 state champion, so it feels good. Been a dream for a long time.
Plank completed the state championship without losing a single set. From there, Rapid City Christian took over. They'd win flights 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as Andrew Dobbs, Joe Schneller, Jack Hancock, Noah Geyer, and Henry Beckloff all claimed flight championships on Tuesday. The Comets would also win the 3 doubles championships. Pheasant Fest is making a return to Sioux Falls. We'll learn more about the event when SportsZone Saturday returns. Pheasant Fest is returning to South Dakota next year. It's the second time Sioux Falls will host a 3-day event. The last time was back in 2018. And as KELOLAND's Don Jorgensen reports, organizers kicked off the event with a bang.
Dozens of hunters took aim at shooting clay pigeons this morning at Hunters Point near Humboldt. It's to help promote Pheasants Forever's big 3-day event next year.
We're absolutely ecstatic to have National Pheasant Fest and Quail Classic coming back to South Dakota.
But today, it's about having fun.
It's just a way to bring out all of our sponsors and donors and members and chapters.
One of those partners is Sound Gear out of Minnesota that sells electronic hearing protection to hunters.
With our electronic products, the nice thing is that you don't have to sacrifice your ability to hear, your ability to have situational awareness, to be able to get the directionality of where sound is coming from while you're still simultaneously protecting your ears.
Baker Audiology and Hearing Aids is also here to promote what they do to help hunters.
Pheasant Fest is returning to South Dakota next year. It's the second time Sioux Falls will host the 3-day event. The last time was back in 2018. And as KELOLAND's Don Jorgensen reports, organizers kicked off the event with a bang.
Dozens of hunters took aim at shooting clay pigeons this morning at Hunters Point near Humboldt. It's to help promote Pheasants Forever's big 3-day event next year.
We're absolutely ecstatic to have National Pheasant Fest and Quail Classic coming back to South Dakota.
But today, it's about having fun.
It's just a way to bring out all of our sponsors and donors and members and chapters.
One of those partners is Sound Gear out of Minnesota that sells electronic hearing protection to hunters.
With our electronic products, the nice thing is that you don't have to sacrifice your ability to hear, your ability to have situational awareness, to be able to get the directionality of where sound is coming from while you're still simultaneously protecting your ears.
Baker Audiology and Hearing Aids is also here to promote what they do to help hunters.
A lot of gun shooters will get tinnitus as well, so then they get the ringing in the ears. So nobody really wants to have to wear hearing aids, but also hearing aids do help with tinnitus. So if you do have that ringing, there's that programming in there that you can put that in.
If you're a pheasant hunter, listen to this.
People are seeing a lot of pheasants on the landscape despite the horrible winter weather that we just had. So I think there's a lot of reason for optimism.
And that optimism will help get hunters fired up for Pheasant Fest.
I think Pheasant Fest is going to rule the roost in Sioux Falls when we're back here, and there's going to be a lot of banquets in between now and then leading up to our big event.
In Humboldt, Don Jorgensen, KELOLAND News.
Pheasants Forever has numerous chapters across the country, including in South Dakota. The organization has about 15,000 members. Well, the Augustana women's golf team punched its ticket to the NCAA championships. We'll hear from the Vikings next. The Augustana women's golf team has won 6 tournaments this season, including the NSIC championship in April. That sent the Vikings to last week's Division II Central Regional with a trip to the national championship up for grabs. KELOLAND's Grant Sweeter caught up with the team earlier this week.
From day one, Augustana made it their goal to reach the NCAA Division II National Championship.
We really made that our theme for the whole season starting last fall, and it was called Road to Eureka.
That journey began in the Central Regional, which the Vikings hosted at Grand Falls Casino Golf Course. Augustana would show a consistent effort through the 3-day event, resulting in a second-place finish and a trip to the National Championship.
We all just played really consistently. And we were all right within a few shots of each other. So just being able to hit fairways, hit greens, and just play consistent throughout the whole lineup was really crucial for us.
All 5 Vikings earned a top 20 finish at regionals, including Molly Stevens and Lauren Timms, who tied for 7th at 5 over par.
Staying one shot at a time, playing hole by hole, not getting ahead of myself. But yeah, just hitting fairways, greens, trying to stay around par.
Augie's second-place finish was the 10th time this season they've finished first or second in their 12 tournaments. Much of that success can be related to the mental side of the game and focusing on positive thoughts.
All season, especially this spring, I've worked with them hard on the mental game. When you're golfing, you have time to think. And you have to think nicely. You have to talk positively to yourself. I think the mindset and being positive has been a game changer for them all.
Augustana concluded play at the NCAA Championship Thursday and placed 16th. Well, the Augustana baseball team earned the 5th seed in the Central Regional this week, and 4 years ago, they were in a very similar spot. We'll take you back to 2019 next. The Augustana baseball team won the 2018 Division II National Championship, and with the target on their backs the next year, the Vikings still found success. In this week's Throwback, we go back to April of 2019 when Carolan's Sean Bauer caught up with the red-hot Vikings.
It didn't take long for Augustana to realize how much different this baseball season was going to be as the Vikings defended their first ever national championship.
As soon as we started getting our first losses, we saw how teams reacted to getting a win against us, and that kind of put a chip on our shoulder, like we got to play like that, like the team 2 beat.
The Vikings are taking things in stride as they've already reached the 30-win mark and sit atop the NSIC standings.
I had some expectations going into the year. We knew we had a chance to be good. We just didn't know what the new pitchers are going to be like. But the fact that we've done as well as we have, considering we've had some injuries, is a testament to our guys just keep going out there and getting after it.
The Augie offense has been potent, leading the Northern Sun in scoring, but it's the pitching staff, which lost 2 MLB draft picks and 6 pitchers overall, that's helped fuel the team's success. The Vikings ranked 2nd in the conference in runs allowed.
Coming in, we weren't expected to lead the team. The offense was supposed to carry us, so we kind of put a chip on our shoulder that, we didn't want to be, we wanted to be relied on.
All those ingredients combined have put Augustana in position to achieve something last year's team didn't: win the NSIC regular season championship.
It's been a goal pretty much the entire year because of last year. It was kind of the one that got away from us.
If we're going to be in competition, if we're in contention, I should say, to compete for a conference title at the end of the year, we're going to get into the postseason.
In Sioux Falls, Sean Bauer, Keloland Sports.
Well, despite falling to Minnesota State in the NSIC baseball tournament, Augustana still received an at-large bid to play in the NCAA tournament this year. Carolan's Anya Joseph caught up with the Vikings prior to the Central Regional.
Augustana's 42-18 record helped them earn their 5th straight regional appearance. But now the Vikings are looking to improve on their recent setbacks.
The beauty of baseball is you just have to play good, otherwise anybody can win any day. And so if we can shore some stuff up that cost us some losses, a couple errors, didn't hit great, didn't pitch great at times, we just need to put it all together and do that consistently for 3 or 4 days.
Augie claimed the national championship in 2018 when they entered the regional as the same seed they are currently. Now 5 years later, Coach Huber is hoping to instill confidence in his players.
Going down to Warrensburg, it's just understanding that we are good enough, we are capable, and they have to believe that. I think our guys that have been in our program before are having that understanding, but the freshmen that are playing and the transfer guys, they haven't been there yet, and so they're not quite sure what to think. So hopefully it can all come together.
Seth Miller is one of the top pitchers in the conference as he owns a 2.83 earned run average, alongside 89 strikeouts.
Seth has a ton of experience. He's the guy we're going to lean on and go to in game one, and it kind of starts with him. Defense, pitching is what it's going to come down to. If you can do those things well, now you still might lose, but you're going to have at least be in the game. If you can do those things right and throw strikes, make plays, you'll have a shot at the end, and then hopefully you get a big hit.
Heading into the tournament, Augustana is taking the pressure off by staying focused on one game at a time.
We got to take advantage of every day. We could get eliminated, but if we just bring that same focus, just take one day at a time and one win at a time, and hopefully we don't get eliminated.
In Sioux Falls, Anya Joseph, Kelloland Sports.
The Vikings won their first game of the regional 5-3 over Wichita Baptist Thursday afternoon. We'll take a look ahead at the weekend sports calendar when we return. You're watching SportsZone Saturday. Pickleball fever is taking over the country, and one man is attempting to set a world record by playing a game in all 48 states in the continental United States in the fastest time. He hit South Dakota earlier this week. Dean Matt is touring the country one serve, volley, and spike at a time. The Floridian made his way to Sioux Falls Monday afternoon to check off South Dakota. The journey began May 1st and is set to be completed on the 26th. In addition to hitting the court, Matt is piloting the journey himself, which entails about 80 hours of flying and almost 9,000 miles in the air. The challenge took 6 months to plan.
2 weeks ago Monday, when I turned the key on the plane, I felt a big relief because now I was in control. I could fly, and other than weather, everything's good to go.
Matt plans on hitting as many as 3 states in one day as he makes his way down the East Coast back home to the Sunshine State. But to him, the adventure is more than just playing a game at those stops.
It's really not about this world record attempt. It's really about telling the 48 stories in all the cities that I'm going to.
For a portion of his tour, he is playing alongside his friend and Sioux Falls resident Rod Anderson. After South Dakota, the two are playing alongside each other for 5 more stops during the Midwest portion of the tour. They met in Florida not too long ago and have bonded over the game of pickleball.
When I went down there, I knew a handful of people. Now I know dozens and dozens of people. It's really a good social sport. You meet people from down there during the winter. There are a lot of snowbirds there, so they're all from somewhere. And it's fun visiting with them and playing pickleball with them.
The pickleball community is very welcoming, and we've had nothing but just great turnout and great crowds and great fun.
Matt says he is playing against people of all ages and abilities, including a 97-year-old woman in Michigan. To follow along on his journey, you can check the link attached to this story on KELOLAND.com. Well, before we leave you, let's take a look at the upcoming week's sports calendar. It's the baseball regional tournament for Class A. Washington and Roosevelt square off at noon. Harrisburg and Huron also set for a noon first pitch. Yankton will host Rapid City Central, and Pierre will take on Douglas. Now, Washington, Harrisburg, Yankton, and Pierre are all the host sites. There are also doubleheaders at all 4 of those sites. Should be a lot of good games, and then the winners will advance and play early in the following week coming up. Then finally, we also have the Preakness Stakes Saturday at 6 p.m. as Mage will look to win the second leg of the Triple Crown. So we'll see if he can get that done. Well, that's the time that we have for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of SportsZone Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you right back here next week.